The stars don't shine the same since you left. We used to lie in the back of that old truck, naming constellations like they belong to us. Orion's belt, the northern crown, now the sky feels empty when I look up. I still trace the patterns with a shaky hand, but the lines are blurry, hard to understand. Every shooting star just reminds me of you, falling fast and burning out too soon. Forgotten constellations scattered in the black, love that used to guide me, now it won't come back. I search the heavens for the light we used to know, but the darkness swallowed everything we sowed. Forgotten constellations, cold and far away. Once they lit our way, now they've gone astray. I'm still standing here beneath the endless night. Forgotten constellations, lost without your light. Your voice was my Polaris, steady and true. Now I'm drifting blind without a clue. The moon looks different, colder than before, like it knows exactly what we lost and more. I whisper wishes to the void above, begging for a sign, a little bit of love. But the silence answers louder than before, leaving me with memories I can't ignore. Forgotten constellations scattered in the black, love that used to guide me, now it won't come back. I search the heavens for the light we used to know, but the darkness swallowed everything we sowed. Forgotten constellations, cold and far away. Once they lit our way, now they've gone astray. I'm still standing here beneath the endless night. Forgotten constellations, lost without your light. What if the stars could realign again, rewrite our story with a different pen? One bright moment before the heavens fade, before these constellations fully disintegrate. Forgotten constellations, but I still see your spark burning somewhere deep inside my darkened heart. The sky may have changed, but the ache remains, carrying the map of all our joy and pain. Forgotten constellations, thank you for the view, for showing me the beauty in me and you. When the night finally claims the last glowing star, I'll still remember exactly where you are. Forgotten constellations, still shining somewhere in me. Clock strikes 12, and the truth comes out. Bottle half empty on the kitchen table. Moonlight cuts through like a rusty blade. I talk to the dark like it's you sitting there, spilling secrets I was too scared to share. I never told you how much I needed you, how your laugh was the only light I knew. I let pride build walls I couldn't tear down. Now I'm paying the price in this ghost-filled town. Midnight confession, nobody hears, just me and the bottle and these unshed tears. I'm sorry I left you standing in the rain. Sorry I turned our love into pain. Midnight confession, whisper to the wall. I give anything to undo it all, but the clock keeps ticking and the night stays long. Midnight confession, where I admit I was wrong. Your side of the bed still smells like summer. I clutch the pillow like it's your last letter. I replay every fight, every slam door, wishing I'd fought hard instead of keeping score. I was scared of forever, scared of the fall, so I pushed you away when you needed it all. Now the silence screams louder than words ever could, and I'm drowning in the things I never told you I should. Midnight confession, nobody hears, just me and the bottle and these unshed tears. I'm sorry I left you standing in the rain. Sorry I turned our love into pain. Midnight confession, whisper to the wall. I give anything to undo it all, but the clock keeps ticking and the night stays long. Midnight confession, where I admit I was wrong. What if I could call you right now, 2 a.m., beg for forgiveness and start over again? One honest moment before the morning light, before this confession fades into the night. Midnight confession, I'm laying it bare. Every regret, confession. This one's for you. Midnight confession. Still whispering, still sorry, still missing you. They still walk with me, even when I'm alone. Old dirt road cuts through the fields we knew, where we laughed and loved under skies so blue. Now the sun goes down and the shadows grow long, carrying pieces of our favorite song. I thought time would bury what we left that night, but every mile I drive brings them back to life. Your hand in mine, the promises we made. Now they're ghosts dancing in the evening shade. Shadows we left behind, they follow me home. Won't let me forget, won't leave me alone. They stretch across the dashboard, crawl up the wall, reminding me of everything we had and lost it all. Shadows we left behind, dark and tall, walking right beside me through it all. I can't outrun the love we used to know. Shadows we left behind, they won't let go. Your silhouette still lingers by the old oak tree, where we carved our names for the world to see. I pass that spot every lonely night and feel the weight of holding on too tight. We said forever like it was set in stone. Now forever's just a memory. I walk alone. The truck feels emptier with every mile, chasing daylight but losing all the while. Shadows we left behind, they follow me home. Won't let me forget, won't leave me alone. They stretch across the dashboard, crawl up the wall, reminding me of everything we had and lost it all. Shadows we left behind, dark and tall, walking right beside me through it all. I can't outrun the love we used to know. Shadows we left behind, they won't let go. What if I turned around and faced them eye to eye? Told the shadows that it's time to say goodbye. One last look at the love we left to die, before the darkness finally lets me fly. Shadows we left behind, they're fading slow, but they carve their names deep into my soul. I'll carry every outline, every trace of you, through disappear into the black, I'll still feel you walking right beside me on this track. The shadows we left behind, still walking, still mine. Fading, but never gone. Another night, just me in the rain. Street lights flicker on these wet concrete veins. Neon signs bleeding into puddles like stains. I walk these blocks where we used to run. Now every corner feels like a loaded gun. Your footsteps used to echo right beside mine. Now the only sound is water washing out time. I pull my collar up against the cold, trying to hide the story that's already told. Rain on empty streets, falling like my tears, washing away the traces of all our years. I'm soaked to the bone, but the pain won't drown, just keeps whispering your name as it hits the ground. Rain on empty streets, cold and gray, mirroring the hollow where you used to stay. No one here to see me break apart. Rain on empty streets and a broken heart. That coffee shop door still swings in the wind where we left until the world stopped spinning. Now the chairs are stacked and the lights are low, just like the love we let go. I light a cigarette with shaking hands, watch the smoke rise like our broken plans. Every drop that hits my face feels like regret for all the things I never said yet. Rain on empty streets, falling like my tears, washing away the traces of all our years. I'm soaked to the bone, but the pain won't drown, just keeps whispering your name as it hits the ground. Rain on empty streets, cold and gray, mirroring the hollow where you used to stay. No one here to see me break apart. Rain on empty streets and a broken heart. What if I stood here till the morning comes? Let the rain wash me clean of what we become. One last cry before the daylight lies, before I learn to walk these streets with drier eyes. Rain on empty these empty streets. Rain on empty streets, still falling, still calling your name. All that's left is smoke and dust. We burned so bright under that harvest moon. Now the fire's gone and the night came too soon. I sift through the rubble with calloused hands, looking for pieces of our old plans. The ring you wore is melted in the dirt. Your favorite dress is nothing but a shirt. I still taste the smoke on every breath I take, a bitter reminder of the love we couldn't save. Ashes of us scattered in the wind. What we built together came crashing down again. I walk these empty fields where our dreams used to stand, just footprints in the sun of a love that couldn't last. Ashes of us, cold and gray, nothing left to hold at the end of the day. I carry the weight of what we burned through the night. Ashes of us, all that remains of our life. The house still smells like the fire we made. Photographs curled up, memories fade. I talk to the silence like you're listening near, but only the wind answers through the atmosphere. We said forever like it was written in stone. Now forever's just embers I face all alone. Every spark that flies up feels like your goodbye, rising to heaven while I stay behind. Ashes of us scattered in the wind. What we built together came crashing down again. I walk these empty fields where our dreams used to stand, just footprints in the sun of a love that couldn't last. Oh, ashes of us, cold and gray, nothing left to hold at the end of the day. I carry the weight of what we burned through the night. Ashes of us, all that remains of our life. What if I could gather every piece of you, blow on the coals and make something new. One last flame before the darkness wins, before the ashes finally bury what's left of us. Ashes of us, but I still feel the heat in every scar and every memory I keep. The fire took everything, left me stripped to the bone. But from these ashes I'm learning how to stand alone. Ashes of us, thank you for the burn, for every lesson that I never wanted to learn. When the wind finally carries you far away, I'll still taste the smoke of the love that wouldn't stay. Ashes of us, scattered, still burning inside me. Used to shine, now it's cracked and cold. I wore that halo like it was made of gold. Thought I was righteous, thought I couldn't fall. But temptation came calling in a dress of sin, and I traded my wings for the taste of her skin. Now the mirror shows a man I barely know, crown of thorns where the light used to glow. Every prayer feels hollow, every promise broke. Lord, I'm still kneeling, but the faith won't hold. Broken halo slipping off my head, angels turn their backs, left me for dead. I walk these back roads with the devil in tow, carrying the weight of the sins I can't let go. Broken halo, tarnished and dim, once was a saint, now I'm drowning in him. No redemption song can fix what I've done. Broken halo, I'm the fallen one. Mama prayed for me on Sunday mornings bright. Now she cries in silence when she turns out the light. I still hear the church bells ringing in my dreams, but they sound like judgment tearing at the seams. I chase the bottle trying to numb the shame. Whiskey burns cleaner than calling your name. Every good deed feels like a liar's game. When the halo's broken, nothing stays the same. Broken halo slipping off my head, angels turn their backs, left me for dead. I walk these back roads with the devil in tow, carrying the weight of the sins I can't let go. Broken halo, tarnished and dim, once was a saint, now I'm drowning in him. No redemption song can fix what I've done. broken halo, I'm the fallen one. What if I could mend it piece by rusted piece? Find the grace I lost somewhere in the streets. One honest confession under pale moonlight, before the darkness claims what's left of my life. Broken halo, but I still wear the scars, proof that I was holy once beneath these bars. The fall was brutal, the landing left me cold, but something in the wreckage taught me how to hold. Broken halo, maybe that's my crown, forged in fire when the old one came crashing down. I may never fly, but I learned how to stand. Broken halo in this fallen man. Broken halo still on my head, falling but not dead. Whisper my name like old friends, sing four walls closing in again tonight. Bottle on the table trying to dim the fight. I know every shadow dancing on the floor. They're the only company I've had since you walked out the door. People say just let it go, like it's that easy, but these demons know me better than anybody. They don't judge the scars, they just sit and wait, reminding me of every choice I made too late. These demons I know, they never really leave. They walk beside me in the dark, so I don't grieve alone. They pull me under when the silence gets too loud, but somehow they keep me standing when the world burns down. Demons I know, familiar and cold, carving lessons in a heart that's growing old. I don't fight them anymore, I just learned their names. Demons I know, they're all that remains. Morning light don't chase them far enough away. They hide behind my eyes and color every day. I smile through the conversations, play the part real well, while the war inside my head rings like a funeral bell. No one sees the weight I carry in my chest, the quiet exhaustion when I'm doing my best. I breathe through the panic, clench my fists and push on, turning broken nights into another dawn. These demons I know, they never really leave. They walk beside me in the dark, so I don't grieve alone. They pull me under when the silence gets too loud, but somehow they keep me standing when the world burns down. Demons I know, familiar and cold, carving lessons in a heart that's growing old. I don't fight them anymore, I just learn their names. I stopped running and looked them in the eye? Accept the darkness as part of who am I. One deep breath, no more hiding from the truth. Maybe these demons are the only ones who ever knew. These demons I know that made me who I am, turn the broken pieces into something that can stand. The fight ain't over, but the fear is getting small. I carry them with me, scars and all. Demons I know, I'm learning how to breathe, finding strength inside the pain they used to bring. No more running from the man inside the glass. Demons I know, we're walking the same path. Demons I know, still here, walking with me. Fire went out and it never came back. Snow keeps falling on the porch where we sat, blanket in the memories, hiding where we left. The truck won't start, the pipes all froze, just like my heart the day you chose to go. I chop wood every morning just to feel the swing, but nothing warms the hollowed out thing that used to beat steady when you were near. Now every breath comes out like frozen fear. Eternal winter, cold as the grave, love turned to ice, and nothing can save the color from these days or the heat from my skin. I'm buried alive in the storm we're trapped in. Eternal winter, stretching out wide, no spring inside, no place left to hide. I walk these wide fields with a dead man's stride. Eternal winter, living on the inside. Your coat still hangs by the door like a ghost, frost on the window where your name was wrote. I trace it every night with a shaking hand, watching it melt like the dreams we planned. They say time heals, but the calendar lies. Months turn to years and the cold still rises. I speak to the silence like it's listening still, begging for mercy from this frozen hell. Eternal winter, cold as the grave, love turned to ice, and nothing can save the color from these days or the heat from my skin. I'm buried alive in the storm we're trapped in. Eternal winter, stretching out wide, no spring inside, no place left to hide. I walk these wide fields with a dead man's stride. Eternal winter, living on the inside. What if the thaw never comes around? What if I'm destined to stay frozen to the ground? One spark, one flame before I disappear, before the ice claims another year. eternal winter, but I'm still standing here, breathing frost and swallowing the fear. The cold made me harder than I ever knew, turned my broken heart into something true. Oh, eternal winter, you can have the pain, I'll keep the lessons buried in the veins. When the spring finally breaks this endless night, I'll still remember how to survive the white. Eternal winter, still falling, still here, cold, but breathing. I still hear you getting fainter every night. Your voice used to fill up this empty house. Now it's just an echo bouncing off these walls. I call your name into the dark just to hear something that sounds like you disappear. The bed still remembers the shape of your side, but the memory's slipping like a changing tide. Play our old songs on low volume, low, hoping the notes will bring you back home. Fading echo, you're slipping away like smoke and wind at the end of the day. I reach for the sound, but my hands come up cold. All that's left of our love is a story told. Fading echo, growing weak and thin. Once you were thunder, now you're whispering. I keep listening hard through the pouring rain. Fading echo, driving me insane. Your laugh used to cut through the quietest night. Now it's just a ghost riding the pale moonlight. I still smell your perfume on the old leather seat, but even that's fading, admitting defeat. Friends say move on, let the dead bury the dead, but they never heard the words you left in my head. Every silence screams louder than before. Your absence is the loudest sound I know. Fading echo, you're slipping away like smoke in the wind at the end of the day. I reach for the sound, but my hands come up cold. All that's left of our love is a story half told. Fading echo, growing weak and thin. Once you were thunder, now you're whispering. I keep listening hard through the pouring rain. Fading echo, driving me insane. What if I scream loud enough to bring you back? One final call before the echo cracks. Tell me you hear me somewhere in the blue. before the silence finally swallows you. Fading echo, but I won't let you die. I keep calling your name till the morning sky. Even if the sound never finds its way home, I'll carry your echo in these broken bones. Fading echo, you're all that I've got, the last piece of heaven in this hell I'm caught. When you're finally gone, I still hear the rain. Fading echo, you're my everything. Fading echo, still calling. Fainter, but I'm still here. We don't ask permission. Mornings come heavy, like chains I can't see. I smile for the mirror, so no one suspects me. Coffee goes cold while the thoughts keep on spinning. Battle in my head that I'm quietly winning. They say you look fine, I nod and pretend, but the storm in my chest has no plans to end. I carry the dark like an old worn-out coat. Keep walking these roads that nobody else knows. This heavy silence is crushing my bones, but I stand in the fire. I stand all alone. No white flags waving, no tears in the light, just a man in the shadows, still fighting the night. Heavy silence, the kind that don't speak. Mental war raging where the strong learn to bleed. I don't break easy though, the weight tries its best. Heavy silence, I stand through the rest. Nights get longer when the voices get loud. Whispers of failure wrapped up in the crowd. I talk to the ceiling like it's listening still, asking for strength just to make it appeal. Friends see the surface, they don't see the fight, the quiet exhaustion that keeps me up at night. I breathe through the panic, I push through the gray, learning that broken can still find its way. This heavy silence is crushing my bones, but I stand in the fire. I stand all alone. No white flags waving, no tears in the light, just a man in the shadows, still fighting the night. Heavy silence, the kind that don't speak. Mental war raging where the strong learn to bleed. I don't break easy though, the weight tries its best. Heavy silence, I stand through the rest. What if tomorrow the load feels lighter, one breath deeper, one step brighter? I won't run from the dark, I'll make it my own. Turn the pain into power. I've never been shown. This heavy silence stand as a man. Heavy silence, I'm learning to breathe, finding the courage in the pain underneath. The weight made me stronger than I ever knew. Heavy silence, I stand because of you. I stand through the heavy silence, still here. The weight don't ask permission. Last glow before the dark takes it all. Sky's bleeding red like the blood in my veins. Tailgate cold underneath the pouring rain. I watched that last light sink behind the ridge, same way you walked out and burned every bridge. I've chased 1,000 sunsets, but none cut this deep. Feels like the whole damn universe is going to sleep. No more chances, no more alibis, just me in the night, swallowing all our lies. This is the last light, burning fierce and low, final spark of everything I'll ever know. I'm gripping the edges till my knuckles bleed white, screaming at the heavens through the dying light. Last light, don't you dare fade on me now. Take my soul with you if you gotta go down. When you're gone, I'll still be standing tall. Last light, I'll carry you through it all. Your taillights used to paint this same damn road, and now the only fire left is the one I can't hold. Every memory hits harder than a freight train, leaving scars that glow brighter than the pain. Crickets scream louder as the darkness creeps in, like they know this evening's where the real fight begins. I raise this bottle high to the fading sun, to the love we murdered and the war we never won. This is the last light, burning fierce and low, final spark of everything I'll ever know. I'm gripping the edges till my knuckles bleed white, screaming at the heavens through the dying light. Last light, don't you dare fade on me now. Take my soul with you if you gotta go down. When you're gone, I'll still be standing tall. Last light, I'll carry you through it all. What if I could hold this dark claims every light we made. This is the last light, and I'm letting it roar. Every scar, every tear, every war. The night is coming, but I won't look away. I'll burn this memory into the coming gray. Last light, thank you for the fight, for every stolen kiss and every stolen night. When you died, I still remember clear. Last light, you were everything. Are you here? Last light, burning through the dark, still here. Another night, staring at the man I used to know. The mirror shows a stranger with my eyes. The lines deeper than the lies I tell myself. I pour another drink to quiet the fight between the man who's breaking and the one who won't die. They say time heals everything, but time just taught me how to hide, how to wear a smile while the storm rages inside. I nod when they ask if I'm doing alright, while the weight keeps growing heavier every night. I'm the ghost in the mirror, fading but still here, carrying battles nobody else can see or hear. Darkness calls my name in the dead of night, but something in me refuses to give up the fight. Mirror ghost, haunted by the man I was, learning how to stand when the ground turns to dust. I don't explain the pain, I just live through the ache. Mirror ghost, still wide awake. Friends see the surface, they don't see the war, the quiet exhaustion behind every closed door. I wake up breathing, call that a wind today, even when the voices tell me I should fade away. The bed feels colder with the truth lying next to me. Memories of better days that I can barely see. I clench my fist and breathe through another round, turning broken pieces into solid ground. I'm the ghost in the mirror, fading but still here, carrying battles nobody else can see or hear. Darkness calls my name in the dead of night, but something in me refuses to give up the fight. Mirror ghost, haunted by the man I was, learning how to stand when the ground turns to dust. I don't explain the pain, I just live through the ache. Mirror ghost, still wide awake. What if I stop running from the face in the glass. Accept the scars and let the healing start at last. One honest look, no more hiding in the gray. Maybe tomorrow I'll find a better way. I'm the ghost in the mirror, but the reflection's getting clear. The fight ain't over, but I'm still standing here. Darkness tried to break me, but it only made me strong. I carry the silence, turn the weakness into song. Mirror ghost, I'm learning how to breathe, finding light inside the dark I used to fear. No more running from the man I see. Mirror ghost, finally becoming me. Mirror ghost, still here, becoming me. I carry it alone. No one needs to know. Bottle on the table, half empty like my days. Your memory sits heavy in the smoke-filled haze. I smile at the mirror, tell it I'm okay, but the reflection knows the truth I never say. No tears in public, no breaking down the door, just whiskey and silence like I've done before. They ask how I'm doing, I say fine, thanks, while the weight inside me fills up empty tanks. I'm carrying the silence, the kind that cuts like knives, dark roads and broken dreams in these tired eyes. No one gets the story, no one hears the pain. I just keep on walking through the pouring rain. Silent carry, heavy on my soul. Love left me hollow, left me digging this hole. I don't explain the darkness, I just wear it like a coat. Silent carry, that's all she wrote. Your coat still hangs by the door like a ghost. Smells like faded summers and the dreams we lost. I talk to the ceiling when the night gets long, asking why forever turned out so damn wrong. Friends say move on, find somebody new, but they don't feel the ghost that walks beside me too. I nod and I laugh, play the part real well, while the storm keeps raging when no one can tell. I'm carrying the silence, the kind that cuts like knives, dark roads and broken dreams in these tired eyes. No one gets the story, no one hears the pain. I just keep on walking through the pouring rain. Silent carry, heavy on my soul. Love left me hollow, That's all she wrote. What if I laid it down just for one night? Let the truth spill out under pale moonlight. One honest breath before I lock it away. The morning comes and I carry it anyway. I'm carrying the silence, letting it carve me deep through the endless nights where I never sleep. No flags at half-mast, no funeral song, just a man who learned to walk where he don't belong. Silent carry, it's all that I've got left. The love that killed me quiet, the heart I kept. I don't explain the shadows, I just live inside the grave. Silent carry till the end of my days. Silent carry. No one needs to know, just me.